Hi, my name's Julie Donaghy. I'm going to show you how I do my corner of my binding. Now I'm using a decorative stitch. So with the decorative stitch, now I'm using, I just change it to different ones each binding I do. So what I'm using 12mm bias binding that I've starched heavily and folded over. So that's how it would have been. So what I've done is just folded it over really stiffly. I've got it in a bucket down here, feeding it up to where I am. I've overlocked all my edges, and that keeps them nice and neat, plus keeps them flat for using such narrow binding. So I'm just going to sew to the end, just nice and slowly. Yeah, right, nice and slowly. I need to sew right to the end of here, as close as I can get. Now that should be enough. So cut my thread up, pull this out. Now I need to turn it around. My trusty owl here. Here's my weight. Funnily enough, I'm doing an owl quilt. So we'll just flatten that out, get it dry, get it as even as possible. Put our old trusty owl there so it doesn't, when I get to the end, it doesn't just flop all the way down and I've lost it. So back to my corner. So what I will do is I'll need a dab of glue, and I run the glue just on the edge, just here, down about 4 inches, okay? Now I get my trusty binding, flatten it out with my bottom finger. I'm holding it there onto the edge, and then I'm just squaring it around and fold over. Any luck, it's going to be in the right spot. So there we are. So I folded it over. It's just about on the right corner there. So what I'll do now is I'll just put double glue here, just a little bit, just enough to hold that down. Then I'll go across to the other side, and this is where my pin comes in handy. I'll bring those 2 threads down underneath, so I've brought them down underneath. Now I need to pick this up with the pin and get it into that corner. Alright, so far so good. Now we get a little bit of glue, and I just glue those 2 threads down just to add a little bit of extra back glue and onto that corner there. Flip that back over. Make sure those 2 threads are down underneath there, covered up. Right, they're covered up. That's up to the point where it should be to make a perfect corner. This one's moved a little bit, and my double glue will put it back in the right place. So, and also that double glue will hold this down. So it's 12mm binding, so I've only got 6mm here to play with. So there we have my corner ready to go. Now don't use any pins. Well, I can use a pin. I'll show you how I do. If I use a pin, I put it in this corner here, and I just go anywhere to keep that corner there. Then I'll grab another pin and I'll come across to the other side, and with this corner here I will just to hold it there in place in that very spot, is just cross over and put that through there. So I've got 2 pins. You don't have to use 2 pins. I don't have to use any pins at all. And then we're ready 2 stitch. Stop. When I take those 2 pins away, I have perfect corner. I've got a bit of a thread there, but I've got a perfect corner. So I'll just lay this flat, pull the quilt, and by pulling it straight and stretching it, it comes out lovely and flat like that. So we'll just do a bit more. I can go as fast as I want because I'm holding it down. No need for any pins, no need for any glue. There you are. I hope you enjoyed my first video.